Good evening and salutations, my Days of Lives fans. So, for the most part, I thought this episode was pretty good. There was an annoying aspect to this episode. The Stefan tease. There's 1 minute that Ava sees Stefan, and they talk for a little bit, and Stefan actually comes up and grabs Ava's arm. And at this point, she's like, no, 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 it's not real. So she runs out and she's talking to Johnny and Anna and Tony, and she's like, "Yeah, I saw Jake again." And Johnny's like, "All right, you know what? Let's go and see. Let's go and check it out." So they get to the crib, but then Ava's like, "All right, I need a minute." So of course, when they get in there, Stefan's gone. Um, and this happened throughout the episode. There's one point where Stefan actually comes in the house. He gets a drink, and then he leaves it. And then later on, you got Tony, Anna, and EJ. They're like, yo, who just left a cup like that? It's gonna cause stains or whatever. Without a coaster. So this whole time they're doing this whole, oh, where is Stefan at? How come nobody's seen Stefan? And they did this throughout the entire episode. Um, Except for towards the end when Gabby saw Stefan. Seeing how she was meant to talking about Stefan and wanted to get his blessing to move forward with Shen, by the time she finished saying what she was saying, she turns around and she sees Stefan just right there. Oh, Kristen has the audacity to blame Roth. So Kristen gets to Brady's place. Well, Kristen gets to Chloe's place, and she's like, yo, where is he at? So Brady, after they get dressed and everything like that, they were like, yo, who are you talking about? Who's supposed to be here? So Kristen tries to make up some BS lie talking about, oh, it was Brandy or something like that. Chloe was there flirting with the intern, and I thought they were going to be, in here getting it on, and I figured I would catch it. But I'm like, Kristen, you should have just walked off right then and there. And Greta, yeah, Chloe was like, no, you're not going anywhere to explain yourself. I was like, Chloe, you want her to leave. Remember the last time you encountered her and she had a gun pointed right at you when you're in the hospital with Brady lying down, and you want to bring this woman back? Chloe, you really are. You're special. I'll say that much. You're special. But yeah, she tries to make up some BS lie, then she leaves, and she gets back to the lab, and she's furious at Roth. And she's like, "Oh, I can't believe you said that you did that, and you're an imbecile, and it didn't work." And Roth is like, "Yo, I told you that I need it longer. Okay, you decided you want to wake him up now because this is what you wanted. You thought it was a good idea, and it seemed like it backfired on you. And you have the audacity to sit there and blame him." I'm like, okay, boo. But now she's like, well, I'm not just going to be the person that's mad at you. Shin's going to be mad at you for your bungling idiocies or whatever it is she said. And I'm just like, Roth could just sit there and say that you told him to wake him up. So, granted, at the time, Shin's going to be so angry that he's not going to really care who did what. His plan is going to not work, and he's going to take it out on Roth. Even though it is Kristen's fault. Let's just be very clear about that. Now, Shen proposed to Gabby, and it took her like maybe about a minute or two. Because she was like, "Whoa, I need a second sit there and just kind of wrap my brain around this." But she convinced herself. This is the thing about Gabby. Gabby convinced herself that Shen was the one for him, the one for her. And, even though she was like, well, it started off as just casual and fun and, it evolved into something more. And I'm like, Gabby, I feel like you are literally talking yourself into something that you don't really want, but in some ways, I feel like she's not like she's forced, but she's been with this guy for, a little bit, not long enough to like ask for marriage or anything like that, but um, long enough where it's not just casual anymore. To be, I guess, in a perfect world, she would just said no. She would have just said no. But I felt like she convinced herself because she probably didn't want to sit there and lose him. It probably would have been just crazy in general in the business world, especially not having his support. That's number one. Also, what are her options? Like seriously, what are her options? I guess you could sit there and try Johnny, maybe Alex. I guess maybe. I don't know. But Alex is supposed to be paired up with Stephanie, so that's out the question. Um, while Gabby and Johnny are close in age, I don't feel like she would date somebody younger than her. So that's not in the cards. There's a lot of people that's just not in the cards for Gabby. So I feel like this is another one of those things where it's like, well, it's either him or no one for right now. So for those reasons, I felt like she said yes. They went down to the memorial. Johnny was not there talking to EJ, and EJ was like, yo, listen, I think she's losing her grip on reality. I don't know if this whole little soiree that you're planning on doing is going to work out because I think she's going to lose it. Um, and then he was like, pretty much like, oh, well, I'm not going to go because I didn't really know him that much. Johnny was like, Nona or his grandfather was about family. And he's like, it's a shame that you're not about that. And I guess is what he said kind of hit him. He changed his mind. He decided to go to the little memorial. They all get down there. Anna and Tony are just kind of recapping everything that's happening as far as maybe Johnny having a crush on Ava. And, Tony's like, that's just not good for the family, unity. Anyway, they all get down there. Gabby, Shen, EJ, EJ. I feel like I'm missing so many people. Shen. Let's try this again. EJ, Shen, Gabby, Tony, and Anna. That was the only way I was able to do it. Meanwhile, you got Ava packing up like she's gonna leave, but Johnny convinced her to stay. They have their little ceremony. Um, they go back upstairs. Everyone goes except for Gabby, and then that's when Gabby sees um Stefan towards the end. Now, at first, I wonder who she's gonna think of that she saw. Is she gonna think of Jake, or is she gonna sit there and think of Stefan? That's the question. Now, I gotta sit there and say that the way that they organized this super cliffhanger, you know, and then Monday comes, well, you better have Peacock. You better have Peacock. That's all I'm gonna sit there and say because that was a cliffhanger. It's like, and if you want to see more, you got to sit there and tune Peacock. You know, and it left on such a good cliffhanger. I was watching a little bit of DC Soap Sanctuary video. I got to finish watching it, but he was just really impressed, and I got to agree with him. Really impressed on Days just stepping it up. Just keeping it suspenseful, keeping it action packed, and keeping it just on the edge of your seat. Something that GH has been lacking for a very, very, very long time. And it's the problem with some of these soaps is that it gets to a point where average just becomes okay. It becomes acceptable. It becomes part of the norm. And I remember reading a comment and somebody being like, well, all the episodes can't really be good. Now, I partly want to give them a bit of grace because, well, there's times that my reviews may not always be that good. But then I stopped and I thought about it. And I was like, this does sound hypocritical, but at the same time, an episode shouldn't just be average. It shouldn't just be average. It should leave you wanting more. Each episode should leave you wanting more. It's the reason why they used to sit there and call soaps must watch TV. I can't wait for the next episode. I mean, I really can't wait for Monday. I can't wait for Monday for a couple of reasons. For a couple of reasons. Um, I'm hoping that when they show days, like it could be like one of those things where it's like after 12 o'clock or whatever, it comes on. You could just watch at any point in time instead of waiting for 8 o'clock. A lot of times I will sit there and watch some of the episodes on here, on YouTube, because, well, I don't feel like waiting at 8 o'clock. But I do know, I mean, granted, watching it on YouTube because they got to make sure they don't get any copyright strikes or anything. They got to play that music in the background. They got to sit there and kind of shift um, the pictures and stuff like that. That the quality just looks so terrible compared to when you're watching it on, Peacock. And also, I had to wait to 8 o'clock because when I kept trying to, no matter what video I kept trying to watch, it didn't get me to the end. The end meaning when Gabby sees Stefano, sees Stefan. No matter what video I found or what video I tried to click to, it didn't show it. So I had to wait to 8 o'clock. Um, and I was generally like to put on my reviews a little bit earlier. People can see it earlier. Maybe the numbers are a little bit more higher and so forth. So hopefully with this change, this new move, I can sit there and watch it on there, and it could just be a lot better, and I'm sit there and watch it on YouTube. That's the thing sometimes with GH. I'll either watch it on the site. If the site is acting up, then I watch it on YouTube. But I gotta wait. Watch it on Hulu. But I gotta wait to 8 o'clock. And that's assuming that they're actually going to show it 8 o'clock. And it may not show it till like 8:15, 8:30, whatever. And I don't know. It kind of sucks sometimes. I don't know how often they've been doing that. Hopefully they got better. I haven't watched it on YouTube. I mean, I haven't watched it on Hulu in a while, but I don't know. Oh, and I forgot Johnny and Ava kissed, and I'm gonna be completely honest. This just feels. It looks so wrong. It looks so wrong. This dude. I mean, this woman is literally so-called grieving over the death of Jake. Yeah, they weren't married, but they were close. They were together, and you're hooking up with his nephew. Like, seriously? I mean, here's the thing. I knew it was gonna happen. It is what it is. The fans wanted it, I guess, so whatever. But for me personally, I just look at it and I'm like, this just feels so wrong and so disrespectful. And I know that Jake would want her to find happiness and everything like that. I'm like, bro, really? You're gonna sit there and literally go for his nephew? This is what happens when you don't have options. This is one of those things where it's like maybe it hurts it a little bit not actually having more people, more options. I don't know. But either way, it just does not look good. Doesn't look good. Doesn't feel right. And I feel like that's about it. But before I go, I'm thinking about putting out a poll. I've been thinking about this for a while, as far as doing more live streams. Um, doing more live streams, maybe a little bit less reviews. But the thing is, now that everything's going to be on Peacock, I know like maybe a lot of people won't be able to watch it all the time or won't be watching it. And it's nice to sit there and make sure people are keeping up with things that's going on with days. So, I don't want to sit there. I don't want to sit there and stop for just a lot of reasons. I enjoy doing these reviews and everything like that, but I really enjoy doing um live streams, really just talking to people about the soaps, talking about GH and Days and YNR when I'm able to watch it and B&B. I really enjoy doing that. And I'm sitting there thinking about maybe doing, like, not stopping doing reviews. I'm still going to be doing them, but just maybe doing live streams a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to sit there and start complaining about certain things. And I mean, there's really nothing. Well, I don't want to sit there and say there's nothing to complain about. But it's not so much complaining, it's just more of the benefits of doing live streams as opposed to doing reviews. And like, even right now, it's out at like 8:30 New York time. I don't know how many people's gonna sit there and watch this. I generally like to do my reviews a little bit earlier. This way more people can watch it. Um but I also do, I mean, granted, if people don't watch it now, they can watch it tomorrow, whatever. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm trying to rush to do these reviews because the earlier I get it out, the more people can sit there and watch. Um, but I feel like I need to kind of just break this down into another video instead of kind of, I guess, half tilting it. But it's just something I've been swirling around my head. I said this in my B&B review. Um, so I don't know if starting to do that next week is maybe a good idea because Peacock is going to be next week, and you know, I do want to sit there and do the review. And by the way, I gotta say, looking at the promo for Days, when I tell you that they look like they are stepping up their game, that they are making more exciting videos. I mean, more exciting episodes. I am not joking. They look like they're like, yo, listen, we're gonna have to step it up. We have to kick into high gear. Okay, we're gonna have to make this more suspenseful. Stuff that's going on with Jada and Nicole and Eric, that's going to heat up. Okay, they already got this storyline where you got Marlena, Kate, and Kayla that are sick. You got Rex back. I mean, in so many ways, I feel like this is what they should have been doing from the get go. They should have been stepping, like, 1 second. Yeah, they are stepping up. And this is one of those things where it's like they should have been doing this a long time ago. Don't get me wrong, days have been good. When I saw this, I was like, well, I can totally see myself reviewing these episodes. Because these episodes seems like they're going to be on the edge of your seat. They're going to be must-watch TV. They're going to be, well, pretty much what the soaps is generally supposed to be now, except for, well, you know. So that's another reason why I'm just like, I still want to sit there and do live streams, but these episodes look like they're going to be amazing. And definitely reviewing is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So I don't know. I was thinking maybe I'd just start off a little bit kind of slow, even with the live streams. Do it 3 times a week. Sunday and pick another day, and I'll do it for an hour. You know, maybe 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock. I got to kind of figure out the time depending on my schedule throughout the week, and I can do something like that. I mean, if I could sit there and do at least 2 reviews and then do a live stream 3 days a week, it would be amazing. But it really depends on my energy level now. Especially getting out of work and then doing a review and then, set myself up for about a 2 hour live stream. That's kind of a lot, even if it is only 3 times a week. So, I don't know. But those are just some of the thoughts that are going on in my head. With that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section below. If anything doesn't change on Sunday, I'll be doing a live stream at 6 Eastern Pacific Standard Time, New York time. From 6 to pretty much, I don't know, depends on the crowd. Yeah, I've been doing it for 2 hours, so we'll see how that goes. But it's been a lot of fun, and I didn't even realize, even when I started doing it, I didn't even realize it's like an hour and something. It's just we just get into it. So but here's the thing: I would definitely like to see some of the people that watch Days join the live. A lot of times we have a lot of GH people that do the lives, and I remember one of my subscribers named Shakira. She wanted to talk about Days, but everyone in the chat so far wanted to talk about GH, and it's kind of a majority thing. So if there's a lot of people who want to talk about GH, it's kind of what we're going to sit there and talk about. We did go to Days eventually, but it'd be nice to actually have some people that watch my reviews come on live. We could sit there and talk about Days, and that'd be a lot of fun too. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank everyone for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend.